No. Hello, how's it going, everybody? Y'all, it just started like crazy raining here. Like insanely raining. I don't know about where y'all live, but in Arkansas we have all 4 seasons. I swear, in a week it's like burning up, and then it's freezing cold, and now it's pouring rain, and it's just kind of insane. But anyway, thanks so much for hanging out and coming and seeing the studio. It's gonna be really fun. I was hoping that like somebody might be here to where I could like do a tour, but no one's here. So I thought Danae had flowers to do, but I guess she doesn't, or she already did them or something. But anyway, so I'm gonna kind of do it, and we'll see how it works. And if you have to jump off at any time, we, I think, have figured out how to save our stories, and we can email it out to you later if you need to jump off. So just make sure you can direct message me your email, so I'm sure that we have it and we can get it to you in case this runs a little long. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free and ask, and I will try to do my best to answer them throughout. So this room right here is my meeting room, and it's also, oh, thanks for the hearts, appreciate it, love the hearts. Also, I'd love to know where you are from. Tell me where you're from, I'd love to know. Anyway, so this is my meeting room. This is where I meet. This is where I do all of my mentoring appointments. I usually have about 2 mentoring appointments a day. And so I meet here with them. And then I also do all of my client appointments in here. And I used to have a really nice office, but I turned it last year into a walk-in fridge. And so now this is my office. Like now I just have my laptop, and I bring my little office bag with my legal pad and my planner and a Coke every day, and that's pretty much what I do. So yeah, fun fact, I don't like coffee. I wish I liked coffee, like I wish I loved coffee, because, or I wish I could get it in like an IV form, because I feel like I do need it, but I just don't enjoy it. So anyway, Ireland, hey Ireland, that's so cool. I love Ireland. Oh my gosh, I got to go there a few years ago, like over St. Patrick's Day, which I know they don't really care about St. Patrick's Day, but it was really fun. I loved it. It was awesome. We had the best time. Hey, Washington, Brazil. Hey, Brazil. Washington, this is awesome. So anyway, so yeah, so this is my meeting room, and this you can see behind me is where I have all of my clients that I'm currently working with. Some are wedding clients and some are mentoring clients. And so there's that. And then I'm gonna turn this around so you can kind of see everything, and then I'll come back and answer some questions and stuff. So that is, you know, my calendar. That I've got a newsletter that I do about balancing business and family, and that's the order that I do them in. And then, you know, sweet, you know, Danae comes in and says things like that, which is really sweet. But this is my inspiration wall that I, you know, when I'm meeting with people, I can refer to. So that's really helpful if they are kind of like, hey, what do you mean by like a ton of greenery and less flowers? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm talking about something, you know, like this. And then if they say, you know, and then I say, you know, as opposed to like something like this. Some of these are my work. A lot of them aren't. A lot of them are just pictures, you know, of work that I'm inspired by, that, that, you know, maybe I want to do something like, so that I can, you know, show my clients and get them excited. So again, there's my little clipboard wall, and that is where I sit every day and do my work. And there's my course that's coming out that I'm working on, that I'm doing like final edits and stuff too. I was talking to a couple testers yesterday, and I think there's a couple more things I'm gonna add, and I think there's even like 2 bonus chapters that I already wanna write and send out later, because I just keep thinking of things that I think would be really helpful. But anyway, this is, you know, like our year's worth of work, and our candles that we, you know, give as client gifts and stuff up here. So this is where I meet with my clients. So they come in this door and they come directly in here. So that's what we do. And the doors are shut, and I strategically place them in these chairs so that they are looking at the wall of clipboards, and so that their mindset is, I want to get on that wall. I want to be one of those clients. And it's filled up. There's only like 2 empty ones, And so that makes them, you know, kind of want to, I guess, a little sense of urgency or something. So I strategically do that. And also you'll notice there's not a door on this wall. I think there is a little something about that feng shui tip about if you're looking at a door, you want to leave. And so I don't want them to leave. I want them to stay in the meeting. So anyway, through this door is office space. This is my assistant's desk. Her name's Emily. I love her. She's awesome. She does, she prints the proposals. She does all of our errands. She uploads receipts and, you know, all kinds of good stuff. So she's wonderful. That's my makeup that I put on 3 minutes ago because I realized I was going to be on Instagram Live and thought I might need to look like a human being. So just did that in that mirror. Hey. Anyway, and then this is just our little thing of gifts that we have. Thanks for the hearts. Appreciate it. This is our, you know, it's looking really sad at the moment, but it's basically just like some swag or some little gifts. If somebody does something really nice or whatever, you know, I can send them a little goodie, a little something. And we have these like stamps that we have made and these little bags, so it looks real custom, and we can, you know, put little things in there and then put it in a box and mail it to people, and it's nice. So this is all stuff that, you know, some of it's re-gifts, some of it's stuff that I've been given that I might have like a ton of, and so, you know, regift it. But then some of it is something that we got like for a good deal or something like that. I had some of my favorite pictures printed on pretty paper one time, and I'll use these as little like cards or notes. I'll just write on the back something, and just, you know, that I think is a really special touch. So this is just easy, and it's all here. So, and like here's the boxes and stuff, so that, you know, when and the sacks too, so that when we need to, it's all right here. Otherwise it doesn't get done, I find. So anyway, this was Kelly's desk. Sweet Kelly. She's still, I mean, we are working together, I mean, every single day, all day long, but she lives in Florida, and she does everything remotely from Florida. And I'm in Arkansas, and I miss her being right there, but I honestly think get more work done the way that we're set up now. We are on Google Hangout like 5 times a day, and we get it done. Okay, let me take you back here. So this is my kitchen. This is where we have, you know, okay, I don't eat in here. I'm going to be really honest. I mean, it's a great kitchen. We put our food in there, but I eat right there. Usually I eat right there. So anyway, there's that little bathroom for our clients and for us. So this is what used to be my office, but is now a walk-in fridge. So you can see we've got the cool bot and everything right there. But this gets really, you know, super cold and becomes our walk-in fridge. So it's awesome. And I purposefully put double doors. This used to have one door, but then I had them take it out and do double doors, because sometimes we have those really large arrangements that we need to get through, and I don't want to like ruin them. So that's what we do. Thanks, Still Floral. Appreciate your encouragement. Love it. So this is the studio where we actually do our floral work. And so Danae, I think, has flowers she's doing this weekend. So if we have a ton of flowers, they go in there. If they have a little bit of if we have a little bit of flowers, we'll just put them in our old school fridge. But we have, you know, these studio tables, which are wonderful. And then I have this little white one that's normally the other direction, but that's where I did my webinar a couple weeks ago, where I did a centerpiece, and I just haven't changed it. I haven't moved it yet. That's also where my husband works when he comes down to the studio. He flips houses for a living now. He used to be a financial advisor, and he gave that up in September and started flipping houses because he saw the lifestyle that I had and wanted a life where he could, you know, pick his kids up at 3 o'clock and all that, and it's wonderful. So it is possible to do this kind of work and to really have the life that you want to have. So I love it when he's here because we get to have lunch together and stuff, but that's where he sits. Okay, so there's, you know, aprons and all that. This is, you know, just a bar, and that's just a tablecloth, and that's what I use as backgrounds when I need to photograph an arrangement or a bouquet or something like that. So this is just other stuff, ribbons, and there's some vessels and all of our goodies, you know, all the stuff it takes to. I'll answer the fridge question in a second. I've seen it come up a couple times, but I'm really bad. Oh, I just like ran into a bucket. I'm really bad at doing both of those two things at once. So these are clean buckets. This, and then when I was designing this, I got really tired of lifting buckets up here all the time, and so I had the plumber come, and he did this little thing for like 30 bucks or something, and so now I can just do that, and it makes all the difference in the world. So, trying to work smarter, not harder. And then my husband got this for Christmas, and I guess in like mid-February or something, we were both in here, and we were both talking about how we wanted to, like, oh, we just wish we could lay down for a second or something, or just take a 15-minute break or whatever. So I try to schedule like one time a day to do social media, to like really engage in it or whatever. And so I usually sit in here. I sit in this hammock and do that, and kind of give myself about a 15-minute break or so. So anyways, there's that. And then this is where we, you know, process and everything. And then through these doors is my warehouse. And as you can see, again, my husband flips houses. So we have some old carpet that can be reused. I'm not real sure, but we'll figure that out. I told him he could have this back half, but he has to keep it organized because Kelly and Danae had like killed themselves last year organizing it. But anyway, so we have vessels, and like this shelf did not come on wheels, and so my husband built these little like trays with wheels on them, so now we can actually like move them. And then we just have a lot more vessels behind here, glass vessels, urns, more urns. And then this is cleaning supplies, and another sink, and a lot more urns and vessels and candlesticks and all that good stuff. And then we have a washer and dryer here because you know how it is being a florist, you get messy. So anyway, and then there's our garage where we can come in and out, and that's why I have those cones, so that because there's like a road right there, and I'll put them out there and act like I'm like street traffic person and be like, don't you come over here, I'm loading my car. So anyway, but we actually are attempting to get this as clean as possible where I can get my car in here, because sometimes I have my 3 babies in the car with me, and I just want to run in here really quick. And, you know, it's against the law to, like, park on the side of the street and run in real quick. So we're trying to get it to where I could pull in here, shut the garage, turn my car off, and then if I had to just come in here and, like, sign a check real quick, I could do that and not have to get all 3 kids out of the car if that happens. So we're getting there. I mean, I'm really, really proud. I don't know if Kelly's on here or not, but she hasn't seen how clean this has gotten, and I'm really proud. So anyway, okay, so that's pretty much the tour. So I'm going to go back and sit down and see if y'all have any questions for me. This is my lovely view. It's just that's what I look at every day. It's just a nice little building next door. Okay. Okay. So that's my space. So people always ask me about my studio, and I thought, well, why don't I just want to show you? I want to show you. So, okay, let me scroll through here and see if there were any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Philly, Florida, Bay Area. I'm so excited you're all here. This is awesome. So cool. Okay, love the clipboards. Thanks. I love the clipboards too. So much space. Yeah, it is a lot of space. It's really great. Thank you. Thanks that you love the space. Yes, you can turn a room into a fridge. I'm going to tell you about that. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it really, so I used to own a rental company, and there's even 3,000 more square feet on the other side of that wall where you saw the aprons and stuff hanging on the other side. You saw 2 double doors, and that's where that's where my store was. And then back here was my offices and where we kept all the this room I'm sitting in right here used to be a full-on dedicated laundry room. I had like 4 washing machines and 4 dryers and a huge table where we did all the linens, and the room or the area where you saw like where my husband sits and stuff or works sometimes. He doesn't just sit, he works. But that used to hang all the linens in there. And so anyway, yeah, so we started renting that out because I was like, I don't want to do rentals anymore. I just want to do flowers by appointment. And so we rent that out now, and we just use this back half, and we really have tried to be really intentional about how we spend our money to renovate it and to make sure that it is a space that we can use really well and it works with us and not against us. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. What's involved in turning a room into a fridge? So there's a company, and it's called Coolbot, Coolbot. And what it is it's this like attachment piece that you put onto like a window unit kind of air conditioning, and it somehow safely brings the temperature down. I'm kind of one of these, I didn't really ask a lot of questions. I was like, great, I can do, okay, perfect, I'll buy it. Anyway, it costs like $300. And then the air conditioner, I think that you have to get, it has to be like a certain grade air conditioner. I tried to get on the cheap side, and I was like, we'll just get this one. And then we bought it, and then it wasn't like high quality enough for the Coolbot to, I guess, work with. So we had to take it back. And then I bought like the second cheapest. Same thing happened. And so finally I like bought the $250 one that you're supposed to buy in the first place, and now it works. But that was just a waste of time. So I'm really sorry, sweet Kelly, because that's when she was here and she had to like return air conditioners all day long. But now it works. You basically just put it in the wall, and it turns the air down like super low to like 30 something degrees or whatever you need, you know, for it to be really cold. And it works. I know a lot of people that use them, and people can turn a room into it. When I went to meet Erin at Floral Farm, I mean, she has like almost like a shed kind of, or like a I guess, yeah, like a shed that they turned into her like walk-in cooler. And yeah, it's really cool. So some people do it like to closets or to bigger rooms, and so just look it up, Coolbot, Coolbot. Anyway, so yes, no more lifting buckets. It's so fun. The hammock in the office is really everything. It really, really is. The other day, they had to take it down for something, and I like went over there and was like, I'm sorry, what is going, like, where's my hammock? I need my hammock. So anyway, half white, half gray. Yes, I love those. Those are fairly new containers. It had been a while since I had gotten new containers, but we got those white and gray ones for a wedding last year, and I just love them. They're really fun. I get almost everything from Accent Decor, because when I do place an order, which like I said, it's maybe like every other year or something, then I just like to place like a bulk order and then have it all shipped. So it's nice to have it all kind of come from the same place. Mom life. Isn't that the truth? Mom life. Got my minivan and my 3 kids. Took them to school this morning, and I swear I look back, because right now they're all in car seats, and they are just like 1, 2, 3 in that middle row of the van, just right there. And I look back and think, gosh, for someone who, you know, didn't even know if they, you know, liked kids, to be honest, I can't believe I have 3 kids. They're just so fun and so cute, and I love them. Anyway, you should sit in the hammock. I should sit in the hammock. Maybe I'll do that in a minute. Is this a house? No, this is my studio downtown. Like I said, my house is actually like 15 minutes from here, on the other side of town. But this is downtown Conway, and like I said, I had a rental business, so I had to have a storefront and everything. So we bought this 6,000 square foot building, and then you know, in hindsight, I maybe should have, not really, because I don't think this, but in a lot of ways, it was like, man, you might should have sold that and just like worked from your home or something, which I totally could have, and I'd make a lot more money. But I genuinely, my husband and I look at this as, it's downtown property. They're not making any more of it. It's a corner building, 6,000 square feet. We'll rent out the front half. We'll take the back. And even though it costs me a whole lot of money, it's almost like a deferred gratification. Like, it's like my retirement. I guess it's my contribution to our retirement, because it's just going towards the mortgage. And you know, when I'm 48, if I can never pay more than the minimum payment, then when I'm 48, we'll own it, and I guess I could retire and like rent the place for $5,000 a month or something. So in the long run, it'll be good, but I sure have to work a lot harder because I need to bring home some money. And so I wouldn't probably have to work as hard if I didn't insist on keeping this property. Does that make any sense? I don't know. But if I had to do it all over again, I don't know, I may have just like built onto our house some space or something, because it really is a lot. And when I mentor people and they tell me that they want a studio space, I've asked them all these questions. Why do you want it? And you know, are you prepared that like you will make no money? Because I mean, just the other day I needed the air conditioner to turn on, and it was like $800 something. I mean, that's, you know, it's just a lot of money. It's like your house. So anyway, thank you for saying this space is amazing. I appreciate it. How often do you provide candlesticks and candles for weddings? A lot of the time. We, you know, just include it in, so this is all in the course, but I'm going to tell you a little bit of it. So I do not itemize, the floral portion, but I will itemize the rental portion. And what I mean by rental is things like vessels or, candles, candlesticks. Like that's not included in their flowers. So I will make a list for them that, you know, I think we charge $3 per candle stick rental, and then I think we charge like, I forget if it's $1.50 or whatever, like per candle or something. And so that's just an additional thing that is in their quote. But I mean, it's an easy upsell. And so I always just present it. I'm doing a webinar on Monday and Tuesday where I'm talking a lot about this. And so if you go to the link in my profile and you click on that and then go click at the gray bar at the top, then you can register for that webinar. But I'm going to go into depth about this process, about, you know, how you can easily add on these things, and the language that I use that, you know, people they just do it. So anyway, tips for transporting your arrangements to the site. I wish that there was like some great answer for this. Load up the U-Haul and say a prayer. I mean, I don't really know. It's not my strong suit, to be honest. And so usually what I do is the arrangements or whatever, I'll make to about 80 or 90%. And then when I get to the venue, I'll add in what you know, I learned from Amy Osaba the term dancers. So I'll add in the ranunculus or the scabiosas or whatever it is, the poppies. You can tell I don't really know the names of all the flowers very well. But so I'll add those in on site, and so then I'm not as worried. But we typically just put them in like really shallow totes and pack them with a bunch of packing cloths, which are for me all of our like old stained linens. Sorry, I have to lift this a little bit because I'm feeling a little bit like that's not a cute angle. So let's just get that right. Okay, it's a little better. How vain. Okay, anyway, so shallow, and like all these old linens that came back stained, we call those packing cloths, and we'll wash them just so they're clean, and then we'll pack them around the vessels in these low totes, and so then we can kind of carry those to the van like that. I make sure like the bridal bouquet is in a really safe, vase, and it sits in the passenger seat with whoever's sitting there. Other than that, we always pack a cart so that it's easier to transport all of those things. And we always pack a tarp so that if we'll just lay it out, like especially if we're doing an arch or an installation of some kind, then we can lay the tarp out and work on it. And so you can trim and all that, and it just falls on the tarp, and then you can just roll the tarp up at the end and throw it back in the van. And then we usually just like go down the road a few miles and then get out and shake the tarp. Don't tell. So anyway, so that's what we do. And I don't know if there's any other tips really, but Kelly and Danae somehow have this really amazing ability to, like, their minds work that way, like a puzzle, and mine does not. So I just kind of let them. I just go, what do you want me to do? Where do you need me? And they're usually like, just go sit in the driver's seat and wait. So anyway, it's just not my strength. But I'll help. I usually like carry things to the door and then let them put it in the van because they're so much better. So there's my tips. Would your new course be good for someone just starting out? Girlfriend, yes. I wish so badly that I had this when I was just starting out. I would have a lot more money. I think that it's really good. I think that... God, I don't have it right in front of me, but I'm about to. Becca Blue, she said it best. This was one of the testers, and this is what she said. She said, I think as women, and particularly as artists, we get lost in the love for our craft and leave the idea that we are a business and are, gasp, supposed to make money. That gets left by the wayside. Jessica has married and mastered not just the beauty, but the business end of flowers, and openly and eloquently shares her mythology. I found myself nodding my head in agreement, asking myself, why didn't I think of this before? And felt that light bulb magically light up over my head on numerous occasions while reading this course. Whether you are just beginning your flower journey or have been at it for a long time, you will find valuable, usable, practical, and real material within these pages. So, yes, I think that, she's seasoned, and there's several of the testers are seasoned. Maxine Owens, who does the Southern Table, who is awesome and incredible, she found a lot of value in it, and, she's been doing this successfully for a long time. And then there's people who, have tested it, who are amazing at the aesthetic end, but don't really know what you're supposed to spend on your flowers, or what you're supposed to be spending on supplies, or how you are supposed to price setup and delivery, or how you, make the sale. That's the thing that I think is most crucial about this course is you can't even touch a flower until you make the sale, and I book 99% of the people that I meet with, and I think that that's something that I have mastered. I've figured it out a little bit. I just have in me. That's just my blood. My dad's a salesman, and he, taught me things from a young age, and so anyway, but I share all of that, so I think it's very valuable for both, to be honest. We have an early bird rate going on. It's going to be the least expensive that we'll ever offer it. And it ends on Friday, so I would take advantage of it now because on Saturday the price goes up. So anyway, there's a tip. Okay. Do you ever let clients keep containers after events, or do you pick up arrangements after the event to get the vessels back? Good question. So 9 times out of 10, we get the vessels back. We just say, I try not to do breakdown if at all possible, and again, I go into that in that course, but we will just say, like, you're responsible for bringing us back the vessels on Monday or Tuesday or whatever, and thank you for the hearts, I appreciate it. And then if they do want to keep it, then it would be a vessel that we would purchase. They would have to purchase the vessel, you know what I mean? But that's all figured out ahead of time before I even do the quote. Are you cool with just renting the vessels, or do you want to keep these? And I think I've had one client ever that wants to keep them because they're not cheap. I mean, vessels aren't cheap. And so, anyway, so almost always we do that. Or if they just want to really keep like a certain arrangement, like if there's one arrangement that they know is going to be really pretty on the sign-in or something, then sometimes I'll make that in like a disposable piece that can then go into an urn or something, like a disposable urn that can go into a real urn, and then they can just like take the disposable part with them. But we communicate about that in depthly up front because I don't want to have that issue, you know, on the wedding day. Okay, so good question. I have 3 kids too. Also twins, do you really? Trying to juggle it all. Thanks for being so inspiring. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know about inspiring, but I'm, you know, we're all in this together, right? I mean, 3 kids and a business. It's a lot, but we do what we can. I think the most important part is that we remember, I always ask myself, I just say to myself, I don't ever want my future self to be mad at me. And so I really do genuinely try to leave work at work and go home and be with my kids because, God, they're just growing up so fast. And this that we're doing here, it's important, but it doesn't matter anywhere near being with my children. And so I don't ever want to forget that. I don't ever want to look back and go, why did I stay at work until 8 o'clock to work on a proposal for someone who didn't even take the who didn't even book me or something when I could have been with my kids. You know what I mean? So I think it's important. And I talk about that some in the course and how I balance things. And I talk about the systems that I've put into place that have really, I think, changed how I do business, how just spreadsheets and stuff that make things really quick that I used to spend days doing. And so I think that's important. But thank you for saying that because I really appreciate it. I think more than anything that I love flowers, and I think that creating flower arrangements is really fun, but I think more than anything, I really love sharing with people how to do that, how to balance your business with your family, and that you can do both. You can do both. So, and you can do both well. So anyway, do you have formal floral education or are you self-taught? I love this question. I am not trained at all, like at all. I always say that, you know, there's Wolfgang Puck, who's professionally trained, went to culinary school, knows all the knife skills, and then you have Rachel Ray, who was not formally trained, but she, you know, faked it till she made it, and that's me. You know, I don't know anything. I'm just faking it till I make it, just trying. So I give Amy Osaba all that credit for what I know floral wise. I was really getting sick of flowers, and so much so that I paid someone else to do flowers because I was just really bored with it. Because we were just doing the old traditional, here's 5 hydrangeas and some lemon leaf and 7 roses, and that shit's boring. Like, that's annoying. And so I went, it's back when I had the rental company, and we just did a few flowers on the side. And so I went to Atlanta to go to market to get some more rental items, and I just looked at the classes that were being available that day, and she was doing a little class at the Atlanta market, and I walked in there, and I just remember I was just blown away. Like, I really look at that as one of the most pivotal moments in my journey. I watched her. I asked her the same question, did you have floral training? And she said no. And she was like, and I love her because she was just like, I just do what I like. You know, I thought this was pretty, and I just, you know. And then she goes, and here's the thing, they're flowers. They're already pretty. They're already pretty. And I was like, gosh, she's right. But the way she created those arrangements to me were so inspiring, and they made me want to do flowers again. And so I watched that little presentation. I went back to market, and then pretty sure at that moment I got an Instagram account because I didn't have one at the time, just to follow her. And followed her. She announced her first workshop, and I went to that workshop, and that is what changed my life. She was just so wonderful and easy to talk to, and the way she shared her story. It was really relatable, and I am forever appreciative for her. But I give her all the credit for teaching me her process and everything with that. So anyway, and then I've also taken other courses, and I find with and gone to other workshops, and I find with everything that I've taken, I learn a little bit more and am able to pull bits and pieces from here and there and make it my own. And so I think I may have said this the other day if you watched the centerpiece webinar, but like, you know, I learned one time that, you know, Amy, she holds like this when she does her bouquet. And that was really hard for me. And when I went to Florette's workshop, Erin, she almost like made like a claw with her hand. And I was like, that makes so much sense. And so I now do that claw method at the beginning. And then when I'm about halfway through, I change to this way. And that's what works for me. And so I think it's just getting out there and trying all the different methods and all of that. I also tried Sarah Winward's method of where she like, I don't even know the term, but she like twists it and it like goes in. And I did that like 4 times in a row, and I'm pretty sure I cursed at the bouquet and like threw it on the ground, and just it just did not work for me. Like they looked hideous, and so I was like, well, that method does not work for me. So, but hers are so insanely beautiful. Like I don't know how she does it. They're insanely beautiful. But yeah. So anyway, that was a really long answer. Sorry. Jealous of your building. It's so hard to do flowers with 4 kids in a twins too. Yay. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I don't know how people work at home with kids. I don't. So all the power to you. I mean, you're amazing. That's incredible. I would knock my kids out if I had to do that. Hey. Okay. What about destination weddings? Do you just have flowers shipped to the location? Yeah. So I use Floral Abundance. That's my wholesaler. Arkansas does have a wholesaler, but they really cater to the traditional florists here. So they, you know, if I ask for like a salmon fringe tulip, they're gonna, you know, laugh at me and say, whatever, you're the only person here that wants that. And so I just started using Floral Abundance, and my rep's name is Jenna, and she's wonderful. And so now I just can get whatever I want. I just have it shipped. And so the same thing, I'm going in June to Oregon, and we'll just do that. It'll just be shipped there. So, and I think I'm going in May to Miami. I think my husband's on here and he doesn't even know that yet. Hi, honey. Sorry. We'll talk about it later. Hey, Emily.
Hello.
Emily just got here. I'm doing an Instagram live. She's like, oh, great. You're always doing something. You had testers. So busy. I did have testers. Really amazing, great testers that were awesome and gave me some great feedback. And I'm so appreciative to them. So anyway, they bring them back. Do you ever go back at the end of the night and pick them up? The vessels, if they pay for it, yeah. I'm not gonna just go back there for free and do that. We talk about it, and again, this is all in the course broken down, but if they need that done, then they pay, you know, an after hours fee, and I usually just pay like either Danae and her husband, or like Emily and her friend, or something, you know, to just go do that. I don't do that anymore because I have 3 babies sleeping at home, and Mama needs to go to bed. You know, I can't be breaking stuff down at 1 o'clock in the morning anymore. Those days are over. This course tells you about that. Okay. This sounded real salesy. I don't need to do that again. Okay. 2 clients bring vessels back. Isn't Amy the best? Such a sweet soul. Do you work from a hotel room? Oh, good question. So it depends. Yes. So one time I had one that I did in Seaside, Florida, and I just, you know, you quote your travel just into the Floral thing. So I just made sure that I got a place. It was like a 1-bedroom kind of house, but it had a really large living room that I could kind of scooch the furniture to, who says scooch? Move the furniture to the walls and kind of just work in the middle. So there's that. Or I'll make sure I have a big enough hotel room now there's Airbnbs that you can get pretty cheap, which helps a lot because you can just get, like, sometimes it's like 4-bedroom house for not a ton of money. Your team can stay there and you've got lots of room. You can work in the garage. I make sure like there's a garage or whatever. So, so yeah, you just got to make sure you have enough room. The only thing that really sucks about doing it from a hotel room is the water situation. When you need to fill up your buckets of water. And so I do prefer to be at a house or do an Airbnb or something, because then you can just go buy a water hose real cheap or something, and then you can fill your buckets up that way. If I'm having to fly to the place, then I'll just buy, like I did that in Palm Springs. I did a bridal portrait. Bridal portrait is a Southern thing, by the way. We take pictures of ourselves in our bridal gowns with our bouquet, and then we blow it up real big and put it at the wedding. So some of you that don't know what that is, that's a Southern thing. But anyway, we took our bridal portraits in Palm Springs, and so I was flying, and so I just bought a few buckets like at Lowe's when I got there. So, and then you cannot carry snips. I've had snips taken from me by the airport security 3 different times because I always forget, and you just need to ship them or check them on. Don't put them in your carry-on. Anyway, okay. Whereabouts in America are you? I am in the middle of Arkansas. So Arkansas is basically in the middle of the United States, and I am in Conway, which is right in the center of Arkansas. So it's about 30 miles north of Little Rock. So yes, people just know us for the Clintons. That's it. I'm always asked about Bill Clinton, and I'm asked, you know, if we wear shoes. And yeah, we do wear shoes. We're actually quite savvy here in Arkansas. It's really pretty. England, hey England. Did you pump the AC down in the hotel? Yes, very important. Yes, it has to be really, really cold. And you could even, if you had to, buy a, if you have a lot of flowers, this is why you want to get like an Airbnb or something. You can go buy one of those inexpensive air conditioners, you know, for a couple $100 and put it in the room and just make sure that the doors are closed and just blow that thing on and get it down as cold as you can. So yeah. You can also call other florists in the area and see, you know, if they don't have a wedding that weekend, you can rent out their space, and then you have fridges and stuff like that. So yeah, great tips, thank you. Just moved to the South and had to Google what a bridal session was. Isn't that funny? We love them here. I love a good bridal session with Simran. Oh, thanks, BJ Matthews. We love you. Okay, so anyway, I guess that's it. If y'all have any more questions, I'm happy to answer them. But if not, then I guess I'll go. Be sure, I don't know if you are on my floral list. If you're not, direct message me your email and I'll get you on there so that you can be on all the, you know, you'll get updates for all the classes and things like that. Remember that this early bird rate ends on Friday. So get it. It's at the lowest price you can get it at, and it's good stuff. I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it. So anyway, thank y'all so much. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all on Sunday. When am I doing that on Sunday? Oh no, I think it's 9 o'clock Central on Sunday, and I'm going to be talking about why it is important to invest in the right education and how investing in the right education took me from making $0 profit to $70,000 profit in 3 years. So you don't want to miss that one. Okay, thanks guys. Have a good day.